Texas Senator Ted Cruz hates the working class. In the discussion going after the Biden student loan cancellation plan, which he correctly fears might actually lead to more voter turnout. Of course, that's his real issue with it. That plan allows up to $20,000 of crushing student loan debt be canceled for certain borrowers. Nonetheless, in this discussion, he decided to attack working class Americans as lazy.
That there is a real risk if you are that slacker barista who wasted 7 years in college studying completely useless things, now has loans and can't get a job. Joe Biden just gave you 20 grand. Like, holy cow, 20 grand. That, maybe you weren't going to vote in November and suddenly you just got 20 grand. And, if you can, get off the bong for a minute and head down to the voting station, or just send in your mail-in ballot that the Democrats have helpfully sent you, it could drive up turnout, particularly among young people.
Ted, those people, they're working for a living. By definition, they're not lazy. They're baristas. They're doing a job. Oh, but no. They're doing a job that I don't like. And that must mean they're lazy, and that must mean they're on the bong. Or they must be doing an easy job. I'm sorry, have you ever been a barista? Do you know what they do? Do you even know what the job is? I would love to see Ted Cruz's elitist Princeton ass explain to us what a real job is. What's a real job, Ted? Oh, no, you couldn't, because you never had one. You don't have a real job. This guy's been in law and in politics his entire life. And so, look, I'd love to see him or Tucker Carlson try and fail at these jobs. Okay? Now, fake populists are all of them. So now, let me give you the details about being a barista and how it is a real job. For one, the median wage for a barista and how they're not elitists, right? As of 2021 for food and beverage workers is about $12.49 an hour, according to the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics. There are some baristas that do make more now as a result of unionization efforts. But understand that this is a far cry from a livable wage, especially when we consider how much those drinks cost versus how much the people that are making them. And again, if you've ever watched people make drinks, it's not like they're not working. It's not like they don't have to memorize a bunch of weird orders, right? They are working, and it is a job. Now, recently, for example, the barista posted a video on TikTok explaining that just 2 drinks may cost more than his earnings for an hour of work. Quote, "It is so fucked up that as a barista, someone can come up and order 2 drinks that cost more than what I make in an hour. 2 drinks that I can make in 2 minutes, and I make less than that in 1 hour." Again, and you're also expected to get a lot of these drinks right, and also serve them fast, and also while making food, doing customer service. Again, food service work, customer service work, it's actually some of the most challenging, fast-paced work that you can do, as opposed to whatever the hell Ted Cruz does all day. Maybe stuffs himself up Donald Trump's behind. And by the way, Ted Cruz also married to a wealthy banker, so that's probably why he didn't have to work. Now, after this came out, of course, you had social media workers on social media that went after him, responded. One person, Emily Milleran, says, "Working as a barista the summer after my freshman year of college was the hardest job I've ever had. And I work in media and production." Cruz continues to be a senseless scumbag. Al Slifton says, "I work 40 hours a week at the 3rd busiest Starbucks in the country while taking 18 credit hours in dance class. I slept about 3 to 6 hours a night during the week, depending on the night." Slacker barista, Ted Cruz. Russell Foster writes, "Every barista that serves Ted Cruz for the rest of his life will spit in his coffee for his comment. This is what Ted thinks about all of us, barista or not. While he married rich and sits around all day doing nothing, he projects that on some of the hardest workers in America. As for what I say, look, you can't be somebody who claims to represent working Americans while shitting on working Americans. Especially ones who did take your advice, Ted, and all the Republican advice and work their way through college. Yes, They're working and they're trying to, even when they're done, by the way, even when they're out of college, they still are going to have a system, a debt that is gigantic because there was a system of debt that is hugely expensive. That was created by some of the most elite people in the country to keep these younger people in debt. At the end of the day, though, Ted Cruz once again illustrates how he is such a smarmy, gross elitist.